night. Hey, everybody. So now that we have our disclaimer up there, how was everybody's Sunday? Mine was quite exciting, interesting. Where do I begin? So I'm going to show you a few videos. We had some storms and some quarter size, and I'm talking quarter size hail. It was quite interesting. So hold on. So I'll show you some videos. So this was our driveway. Flooding all the way up. Oh my God. Yeah, I fell.
Like, holy shit.
Excuse the language. Oh, they must have.
Okay, check this out. I'm going to show.
I thought he had pictures of the hail. I guess he doesn't. So that's what we were dealing with. I do have some more pictures. So our neighbors, no, I can see that. Our neighbor's driveway above washed out. The field above the house, all this water came down. So it's hold on. It's a hot mess. So there's going to be a lot of cleanup. So we do have a boat. They were joking around and putting the boat in. They were joking around about, oh yeah, here's the hail. So I don't know. You'll be able to see. Hold on. People literally were having to pull over. There's the hail. And we're talking marble size hail. We checked all vehicles for hail damage. Other than that, the only other thing I did was go to Menards, Home Depot, Dollar General. I got 2 different cushions. I got lights for the porch. So the Christmas lights are gone. Everybody was like, "You got Christmas lights up yet?" Yeah, I do. I even have a Christmas tree up yet too. But I did take the Christmas lights down. The Christmas tree is still up. As the Christmas tree is still up in my bedroom, it won't come down. Sadie, are you in bed? Sadie, are you watching TV? Oh, 90 Day Fiancé's on and she's obsessed with the show. I'm not. She likes it. So Christmas tree is still up in my room too. I'm actually going to move my Christmas tree from there over behind me on my dresser in the corner over here. So I'm eventually going to do that. So that was my shopping experience. We went and got the same flooring that I put in my bathroom is going to go in my hallway. Just because when we pulled up the carpet for the hallway, it wasn't in the greatest shape and it would take a lot of sanding and a lot of redoing. And when you sand down so far, you start losing the integrity of the flooring. So I don't want to do that. I want to try and preserve as much of it as I can. So we got the flooring, the same exact flooring that we got for the bathroom, for the hallway. And then I've decided that, I don't know if you guys can see it. Shoot. So I'm really liking that. It's kind of like a robin's egg, kind of a teal color. So that's the color that I'm going to do the hallway. So yeah. So, we were out in that rain and everybody took a shower. I got the cold shower. I fell kind of in the drainage ditch, so I was mud. Like people were driving by and all they saw was mud on the backside. It it was quite the interesting day. What else did I buy? I bought stain for a project. I decided to plant flowers in one of the planters that's on the porch that basically was just like a little thing for me to decorate every season for different things. I repainted the twigs to the burgundy because people are paying like mega Google bucks for that. And I did the DIY and did it myself. So, and then I have some birch. So I'm not sure in other states, but in our state, it is illegal to cut a birch tree down. So when we go this month, we will be going morel hunting, which is morel mushrooms, and they're very expensive. But we seem to have them quite vigorously in our area because of the cows, the farm, the trees. Tomorrow, I'll probably hopefully I'm got enough service and I'll make sure. Oh shoot, that's what I was gonna do. Sorry, I am very bad at this. You guys need to yell at me. I don't know if you can see what my phone's at. 7%. Oh, I always do that. Sorry guys. So I will walk from here to the top of the field. The top of the field's already been plowed, but there's going to be some repairs needing to be made up there because it's, yeah, it wasn't great. And this rain didn't help. What else was I going to tell you? I was going to tell you guys something else. I completely forgot. I did not get to work in the she shed today. I had so much, like the front porch looks amazing. I did get a rug. It's now soaking wet. One thing that I noticed about my patio furniture and my wicker furniture and the cushions that I bought for them, like you can take and shake the water off. If that makes sense. So when my phone is fully charged, I wanted to do it tonight because I put the new lights on. I was going to go down, but my phone's not charged. Maybe I'll charge it enough just to go down and get a video, and then I'll upload the video. I use the other lights. We're not going to probably put Christmas lights back up. Those, I really like those though, the icicle lights. I think they're pretty. And I think I have, don't tell my kids, but I think I have 4 boxes of those icicle lights in my Christmas stuff. So that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I'll wait till my phone's charged. I'll go down and I'll upload a video. I'll do that. Oh, that's what I was going to. I broke 2 nails today, my fingernails. I broke this one, and I kind of grew out that one. I did get a lot of plants. Usually for my birthday and Mother's Day, I get a lot of plants. I did get a plant for my birthday. One year my son bought me, I don't even know what they're called now. Iris? Is that what they are? Not an iris. I'm trying to think of what they are. Anyway, I overwatered it. And it only blooms so often. But they're like expensive. So, and it's a house plant. So I prefer to have outside plants, if that makes sense. So I bought clematis. I love clematis because they crawl. And that's one of the things that I planted in the planter on the front porch. My daughter's like, are you sure that's going to get enough sunlight? Yep. Because Janky Anus tree is gone. And I'll be honest with you, if Janky Anus would have been still standing, I'll be honest, it would have been gone today with the storm that we had. It was what we figured about 100-year-old oak tree, and the squirrels had hollowed like the middle of the tree out, so it was killing the branches. and it was just as tall as our house. So we had that cut down last spring, so it's been a year. But I spray painted the twigs for that. I spray painted the flower pot to the aqua teal. I'm going to do the round wicker, like little table that's in the corner. What else did I get to do? You guys, I've done so much. We redid the other section. I'm waiting to find out if my friend has another rug, hopefully in the same color, or I was thinking blue, just to kind of combine the colors, or even yellow would be pretty, but yellow would get really dirty and you'd see it. So I'm hoping she's got another rug, but maybe in like a dark blue, maybe. Yellow would be pretty though. Oh, and then in the whole midst of it, Chick-fil-A, Bandit, and Woody were still out in the storm. Everybody else had hightailed it in. I was going to have KK write down the other ones, and I want to say, I know one of them is named Pua, Hey, Tabby, but I don't remember what she named the other four, so I will have to ask her. We'll find out. I'll ask her. Every one of them has a name, so yeah. So here comes old Bandit. Mellow is soaked. Chick-fil-A is usually this big, huge, buffy, brown, beautiful chicken, and she looked like a drenched chicken. I don't know how else to explain her. But yep, Chick-fil-A, and yes, Chick-fil-A, or like Chick-fil-A. Her sister Ruby Tuesday, passed away over the winter. So they were really close, but yeah, they literally were wet soaked. So as we're running back and forth up to the top of the hill where the field is, I'm coming back down, and here comes Bandit, Mellow, Chick-fil-A, and Woody balking at me like, I'm like, ain't my fault. Y'all know how to get back in that house. Get in there. I love my chickens. They're something else some days. And they can't come down here closer because we lost Beaker last year. And Beaker was our porch chicken. She was a white-crested Polish, and she had a crossbeak. And crossbeak chickens are hard to keep alive. Anyway, Beaker decided to come down closer, and she went over by the dog kennel, and Sky killed her. Sky doesn't do well with chickens. She loves her moo though. Buddy's doing really good. He will be. I'm wondering, we're probably going to have to check that field tomorrow, make sure it's not too muddy for the cows to be out. But he will be in that field until about the 14th or the 15th of this month. And there's shelter there and stuff too. It's just we put them in different fields so they get a different, different hay, different grain, different feed. Trying to think what else is going on. There was so much today. And then to have to deal with that, it was a mess. But I will go down and I will take a video so you guys can see how I did the lights. I got the box of lights at Home Depot, and it was 50 foot. 50 or 48 feet. I'd have to look at the box. Oh no, I threw the box in the garbage. Anyway, it was like $50 for the lights. Well worth it. I even got 2 replacement bulbs for later on if I need them. But really cute, gorgeous, bright. A lot brighter than the icicle lights. So that's done. Completely done. Trying to think if there was anything else that I did today. And I bought the flowers. The only ones I got planted were the ones on the pot, or in the pot on the porch. I started raking and clearing up the side of the house. My daughter got me a planter last year for my birthday. I usually put wave petunias. Yeah, they're wave petunias. I believe that's what they are. Anyway, I always get a couple of different colors because then they like wave out and keep growing. They're really good plant if you want to create like a different effect. Like the pot that I have has little dirt things. I'll take a video of it tomorrow when it's light out. Hopefully tomorrow's nice out so I can finish planting. So I didn't get up to the garden today either. So I've got tomato plants that need to go in. I've got corn that needs to go in now, like yesterday. But yeah, I had planned on getting my flowers planted, getting up to the garden, getting the tomato plants in today, and I literally couldn't do it. So I need to stain a board tomorrow. I need to hopefully, knock on wood, I didn't even check the weather. I'm scared to check the weather. Oh. Dallas, are you sleeping in here tonight? Dallas, I heard you come in. My son was in North Dakota yesterday and last night. He got home at 5 o'clock this morning, I believe. It's on my phone. He went to a casino with one of his buddies. And you got to be 21. I didn't know that. Did anybody else know that? In North Dakota, in order to go to a casino, you have to be 21 years old. I guess supposedly most casinos you do, but here you got to be 18. In Minnesota, anyway. Trying to think if there's anything else, you guys. I feel like I'm forgetting to tell you something. Storms, shopping. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. So we got all this rain, right? I have 4 rain barrels sitting up there, and all of them are turned the opposite direction. So their opening is on the bottom because I flipped those over for winter because I don't want ice to get in there because ice can expand and bust my barrels. So I was going to try and get up there while it was raining, and yeah, it wasn't possible. But we will take a walk to the top of the field tomorrow, and you can see the I guess you would call it, it wasn't undermining. It kind of corroded, I guess you could say. Our neighbor's driveway up above did undermine. And they had gravel coming down this way. So, and then where you see the water backed up in our driveway, there's a culvert right there. Well, the culvert on the other side is about this big. Okay. It can't handle this big. So the water wasn't getting through, like, at all. And then the gravel over there undermined and kind of washed away. It's just, it's, you ever seen a hamster maze where you can go this connection, that connection? I want to say our connections for our water drainage is kind of like that. And it's kind of crazy because some tubes are this big, some are this big, and some are this big. But then you got one over here, the main drainage where it's coming down off of hills, off of fields where manure is put. We all know manure is good fertilizer for everything, but I don't want to smell it all day long. Well, it's not that I don't want to smell it because it's in my backyard, literally, but yeah. So it was just one hectic day, crazy day shopping. Oh, and then I thought, okay, so my daughter talked me into, I wanted to match the cushions to the cushion for my chair on the other side. I wanted to match my wicker love seat, right? Well, our Dollar General was sold out. We actually found 2 of them at the Dollar General in the next town over. So I bought 2 of them, right? Not before. So we went to Home Depot. We went to, my daughter stopped at Kohl's, and then we stopped at Menards. So my daughter talked me into this gray long bench seat cushion thing, right? She's like, look, Mom, it's only $17. We checked out. My total bill was $130. What the hell? How the hell did I spend $130? Here I get out to the truck and I'm looking at the receipt. $29.99. I about fell over because I'll tell you what. I'm one of those penny pinchers. I literally will not spend that kind of money on cushions like that. Like those cream cushions, I got those at TJ Maxx for $39.99. And there was 4 of them in the package. So you're going to tell me I'm going to spend $29.99 for one cushion? Get out of here. Not this person. I about had a heart attack. So we stopped at the next town over and we stopped at their Dollar General. And by golly, they had 2 of those cushions that matched the one on my chair out there. So that long gray cushion is going back to Menards tomorrow. Oh, wait. Tomorrow's my mammogram. God, I forgot. That's what I was going to talk about. I was going to talk about self-exam. And it's not feeling yourself up. It's just lifting your arm, putting your arm behind your bed or head, and just kind of checking your lymph nodes. And make sure, I have always done it. I've always checked the outside underneath, but I never checked the inside. And when you get down to your breastbone, that right in here is where my little crystallized thingy mabobber is. So I get my squeeze session tomorrow. They called for when your clinic calls you on a Sunday afternoon in a storm. This is healthcare system. Heidi has an appointment tomorrow in our mammogram department. Blah, 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 blah. And due to COVID regulations, da, 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 make sure you're wearing a face covering. Cranking the unicorn. I'm so sick of mass COVID restrictions. I don't like going to these mammogram things myself. I mean, granted, you can't have anybody in the room when you have that mammogram, but knowing that that person's out in that waiting room, and you think about that, oh, my daughter's out there or my friend's out there. But no, my daughter has to sit in the truck while I go in and get the whole mammogram done. But I don't want anybody to feel self-conscious about doing a self-exam. And they recommend at 40 getting a mammogram done. I recommend if you have anybody in your family that has any history, like my grandma's sister had a double mastectomy is what they call them, because she had breast cancer. My aunt, which is my grandma's daughter, had stage 4 breast cancer, and my other aunt had stage 4 breast cancer. My biological dad's sister had breast cancer. So when there's a family history, I think it's more important to get that stuff checked out. To me, it's important. I mean, I really highly recommend self-exams and getting that mammogram done. Just because. Am I nervous about tomorrow? Yeah, I even forgot about it. I'm sitting here. What else was I going to tell you guys? Yeah. So me and my girls have a lovely appointment to go get squeezed tomorrow. Shoot, I completely forgot about that. And I wanted to take that cushion back. I'm one of those people, if I take something back, I take it back immediately. Like, I don't want to have it in my house or in my car for very long. I just want to do it. So I wonder what the store policy is about taking it to a different store. I don't know if anybody's had issues with that with the COVID. I know for the longest time, Walmart wasn't even doing exchanges or take backs. So if you got the wrong size, you were stuck with it. I don't know. I guess we'll take the cushion with and see. I just don't want to be in the car all day. I don't like sitting for a very long time because I've had back surgery and my sciatica, it sucks. It's messed up. My butt cheek will go numb, my leg will go numb. I will start getting muscle spasms and Charlie horses in the back of my legs, even into my buttocks. So car rides are not fun for me. So I'm kind of hoping that get it done and over with, then come home and do what I need to do. And hopefully it's a nice day and I can get my flowers planted and get my tomato plants in. My pepper plants, so my cherry tomatoes, my pepper plants, I'm not sure how they're going to do this year because I think I might have to go buy them. Because my starters, we put them out and we got one last frost that we weren't aware of, and they're not looking the hottest. So my jalapenos and my sriracha peppers are probably going to need to be redone. And I don't like buying them because I like the kids and myself. We like to start them ourselves. So I just don't like to. Ugh. But if I have to, I will. And then I noticed that I'm going to have to replace some of my strawberries because there was like almost a half a roll that died. And I covered them in straw. I cover my strawberries every year with straw. They are covered the first frost because I don't take a chance with my strawberries. Now, the strawberries that I got were a combination. And the strawberries were producing up until we had a really warm September. So I had like a third batch of strawberries in September. But here was the problem. Her name's Chick-fil-A. Her sister's name was Ruby Tuesday. Ruby. Chick and Ruby. Salt and Pepper. Maggie and Lily. Well, Mellow and Bandit. Woody. My strawberries taste pretty good. The chickens got into my strawberries. We made the mistake of taking the fence down. So the fence will go back up. The fence is going to stay up all year and all the time now. But they got in there and they cleaned house. But so I had an early spring with the strawberries last year. And then all the way through July, we had strawberries. And then they started producing again. They flowered again. And we had some more strawberries in September. And it was actually later in the September, like towards the end of September. I want to buy, I don't know if anybody's seen them. Has anybody seen the bee houses around? I want to get them. The only problem is I have two kids, two that we know of. So my oldest son is deathly allergic and has an EpiPen. And my 22-year-old son, that's going to be 23, he has an allergy to them where if he gets stung, he swells up. Benadryl helps him. He doesn't have like the anaphylactic reaction like my older son AJ does. So I thought about actually, and I took a couple classes on it and did some online research. I was actually going to do honeybees, and put a couple honeybee boxes up. But I just don't want him to get stung. Like legitly, I don't want to put anybody in danger, and he would be the only one that would be, well, like, I don't want to take that chance because I myself, but then again, I was stung over 100 times. When I was pregnant with my daughter, Jada, we had this hillside at our old house, and we would weed eat it. Well, I was pregnant with her, and I was weed eating it, and I stepped on a mud wasp nest, and it was in there. It was a mud bees. It was in the ground, and when I stepped on that, I had hundreds of bees on my clothing. Like, I stripped down to my bra and underwear in the middle of the day, in broad daylight. I didn't care. There was bees all over me, stinging me. Like, my face was so swollen, my arms. I had stings everywhere. I mean, I had to go to the emergency room because I got stung so bad. So I don't know if she's allergic to the bees. She's never been stung. We've always avoided situations like that. My husband, even just picking up my clothes, was getting stung. So I don't want to run into a situation like that. But that's the key, is bees pollinating your garden. So I do want to, I think I'm going to stick some of the smaller bee things in a box. They're like in boxes. I saw them at a couple different stores over the weekend. And I think I'm just going to put a couple up in the trees, like up farther, so that they're still around for the garden. Because that's how you get your squash, your pumpkins, your strawberries, is that pollination. Especially with your squash and your pumpkin, or your squash. So the pollination has to come from, the male and the female, and it has to be the bee that does it. Otherwise, you're not getting any produce. Same thing with, all the flowers. That's how that works. And I really want to do a butterfly garden this year, up by the mailbox, in between the two, in between the other property and how do I explain this? So the field and the house, there's a acre between the field and the house, and then the other house. So I want to plant a butterfly garden and put some feeders, like bird feeders up there, and some hummingbird feeders. We had a lot of hummingbirds in the yard last year, and I want to put a bird bath up there with fresh water, because they were drinking the water out of our pool last year. I had so many hummingbirds in by my pool. It was unreal. I've never seen that many hummingbirds. There used to be a hummingbird that came to the front porch. And we've had Oreos. We saw our first cardinal and our first finch this weekend. I wonder where my binoculars went. I gotta make sure my binoculars on my front porch. So I do a lot of bird watching. We actually have an eagle around the area this year, which is different. Very different. I guess, there's trout streams, so I guess they can find fish. And our favorite crows are back. And I see our owl friend is back. And Woody, our woodpecker, is back. Right now I have the old mailbox open because somebody built a nest in there last year, and I'm hoping somebody does it again. Excuse my son, he's playing a video game. That's what I was going to talk to you about. So when you go to clean out your brush, or if you have old yarn that you're not going to use, the soot cages that you can put soot in for birds? Any old yarn that you're not using, cut it up into sections and put it in there. Put some hair in there too. This is the kind of material that birds are looking for to build their nests. So they use hair, they use twigs, they use yarn. But what we do is we have specific soot cages, and they're only $2, but you can fill it full of different yarns, and they'll go and pick the yarn out and to use that yarn to build their nest. And it's a good way to recycle too, if you're not using that yarn, or if it's a smaller piece and you don't need it. And I always put my hair out, and we've actually found nests that have had the hair in. The nut house. I'm scared to go in there. So there's squirrels in the nut house. The nut house is the tree fort that my son built. And I got these church cushions, these church pew cushions, and well, the nut house is occupied still. The squirrels have taken it over, and we need to go in and we need to kick the squirrels out. They're not going to like it, but it's got to be done because that's the tree house. That's the kids' play fort, and it's theirs. So your eviction notice has been served. But that's all for my Sunday. I'm going to get off here. You guys have a blessed Sunday. I'll try and take a video. I don't know if it's like of the mammogram machines and whatnot. Just to kind of show you the different. I mean, I won't show you like physical stuff, but like just to show you the equipment. And then I think we're gonna stain the board that I bought, and then we gotta cut it. As you know, I'm not afraid of power tools. Power tools are a girl's best friend. So we're gonna stain a project tomorrow, then we're gonna cut it, and then we're gonna do a craft creation with that. I'm pretty excited. I haven't decided what I want to do on it yet, but I have a transfer stencil that they're about this big, and they look like Scrabble letters, and they have the little numbers in the corners too. So I kind of want to write like gather on that board, or family gathers here, or friends and family gather here. Welcome, friends and family gather here. I thought that would be kind of neat. So I'm pretty excited about doing that. But first we're going to stain it. And the stain, I believe, that we bought is honey oak. My daughter picked it out. It's a real light color, so it should be fun. And we're going to put it on that table that I took the glass off of. That was another thing my daughter requested, that the sign that says welcome to our front porch be hung up. It actually looks really cool and really nice. So I'm glad she talked me into hanging it up. But this board is going to be on there. We thought about doing ceramic tile first and then chalking on those. But here's my thing. We wanted it to be a smooth surface so that if something got spilt on it, we can easy clean up. And, if we want to play chess or checkers or even cards outside, if we want to sit out there at night and play Uno or a board game, it's a flat surface. It's not going to wiggle and jiggle. So that was exciting to be able to find that idea. And my daughter's going to be part of that. So she likes doing projects too. She's a big, huge DIY person. Sometimes she drives me nuts with it, but hey, what are you going to do? So I'm going to get off here and head to bed. Sadie's already... Oh, she fell asleep watching her show. Look at that. She fell asleep watching her show. See her paws? And Dallas snuck in Grandma's room and he's under her bed. Dallas. Dallas, matter. Dilly. Hi, baby. Come on. Gabber. Come on. I don't know if you guys can see him. Come here. Good boy. Oh, good boy. Oh, good boy. What a weak, good boy. Okay, say hi. Say hi to everybody. Gabber. Come on. If that cushion wouldn't have been so big, like it's longer than my bench, I probably would have put it in here. But then I don't know if the dogs could get used to it and get up. I see Sky chewed up the hammer, huh? She's in trouble. Sky's in trouble. Sky's in trouble. So here's my hammer. Sky chewed up the end of my hammer. Not impressed. Like, that's my hammer. That's my tool bag. What am I supposed to use now, Sky? But yeah, she chewed I don't know what her obsession with chewing this. She didn't swallow it, she just chewed it. Like, it's not a toy. But yeah, she chewed up my hammer. Bathroom's done. Well, not all the way done. The only thing that needs to be done now is the tile around the top and the sides. And I'm going to tile the inside window frame, the same tile that I'm using, and then the backsplash will be done. And then I have one more cabinet. I still haven't gotten that together, so hopefully I'll get that together. The trim is done. That just can be installed. Trying to think what else. I mean, there's not much more to do other than hook up the shower facility things, and then that's it. And then my daughter's going to start in her bathroom. And while she's doing that, I'm going to get paint. And I'm taking her vanity from her bathroom and putting that in my bathroom, painting my vanity and the sink, and putting a new sink stopper thing in and a new faucet. And then I'm painting the tile floor. So that's going to be interesting. That shall be very interesting. Just to see what kind of different textures and stuff we're getting. And that's all we're painting the walls in there. So that's all we're really doing. Nothing major, just kind of a paint job and revamping of some things. So wish me luck on that, but I'll keep you posted and I'll give you details. So that's what's going to happen for the month of May, is busy, busy, busy. Garden projects, she shed, somewhere in between. I'm hoping to have that up and running and in my area cleaned out by the end of the month. That's my goal. That was my goal, at least. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing. Other than that, nothing much is going on. I'm hoping to see if I can get some more updates on, I'm sure we'll hear the court proceedings for Decentry Baldine, who left her kids in the car. Somebody did tell me there was a little 2-year-old boy missing from West Virginia. And it was possibly taken by somebody that they knew from a church. Hold on. They had. Oh, it's going to make me put my password on my other computer. Oh, Lord. I'll have to check on that, but it was today. But it was a 2-year-old little boy. And he's seen, I'm assuming it's on the camera. I wish I didn't have to put my password in. Shoot. Sign in option. So I'll do some checking into that. Maybe we'll look into that tomorrow, or hopefully he'll be found. If anybody has any crafting projects they need help with, suggestions, types of glues they need to know what to use, types of glue guns. I'm actually looking at getting a cordless glue gun for projects. A battery cordless glue gun. It's a Ryobi. They're kind of expensive, but I've had a wireless glue gun that I bought at Walmart, which was like $15, $16. I really like that. But people have been using the Ryobi now, and I guess they really like it. So, I think that's it for Sunday night. So you all take care and have a blessed night. and I will see you tomorrow.